Welcome back to the Dota 2 Asian Championship. Ben, how's it going?
Hello. You know, I was checking out the intro, and why is there that thing? It's like search Dota 2. I never got that part of the intro.
I don't know. I guess you can search for
I
Dota
think they're
2.
just saying if you Google Dota 2, you find what you get what you want. You know, it's there. The internet knows.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's true. I will go into a longer introduction, but we actually have a game going on.
Yeah.
There's three picks already. It's CDEC versus TongFu. Let's take a look at it.
Let's do it.
Great.
Yay! First pick, Vengeful Spirit. What a surprise, Merlini.
An immediate Batrider pickup. Typically, you'll see Batrider and Venge picked together, so you don't have to deal with the defensive swap. But looks like TongFu, they aren't scared.
Nope. So initial bans, CDEC taken out. The Wisp and the Axe. TongFu, they ban out the Naga, interestingly enough, and the Troll Warlord. So no Resident Sleeper today. We have not seen too many Naga games. I have not cast one, though. I think she's been picked at least a couple times.
She's been a couple times, but
Yeah.
she hasn't been the Naga from old times where you take a game to 70 minutes, farm the map, none of your allies has any farm whatsoever, and you're just single-handedly carrying the game. Which is good, because those games are boring.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Naga was one of your least favorite heroes to watch, Ben.
It's my least favorite hero to watch, one of my favorite heroes to play.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
I saw you go Midas Radiance Naga.
I know.
Midas Radiance Naga. That sounds
I'm all
like
about
heresy.
that.
I'm all about that life.
I'm all about
Are
it.
you a PL picker, Ben?
Not anymore.
No.
Yeah, Web has played against it.
He's
Disgusting.
It's disgusting, dude.
wow.
It's so fun.
It's so
you
fun.
fill your opponents with disgust. Well, Naga's pretty good versus Batrider, and she is decent versus Juggernaut, so I can understand why they don't want to play with it. Also, CDEC, I would say that it's more like maybe centric than a lot of the other teams. Like I don't see the other members pull their weight that often, at least in this tournament.
What about Mikasa?
Not this tournament.
Not this tournament.
I've watched a fair amount of CDEC games, and Mikasa has been slightly underwhelming. They did really well in the qualifiers.
That's a nice shot fired there. Maybe choke on my tea.
I'm just that's just how I've seen CDEC. So I think like the 4 Protect 1 is I don't know, maybe their best bet. We'll see. Is it CDEC? Yeah, it's CDEC.
Phoenix, the third ban for CDEC. TongFu taking out the Ancient Apparition.
I have to say, Phoenix, Ice played an amazing Phoenix yesterday.
That
Oh,
hero's
yeah.
good, man.
Yeah.
I saw, was it
Underrated.
somebody tweeted, there's two types of Phoenixes out there. Everyone and Ice.
Wow. That's a compliment.
It certainly was. I forget who said it, though. Credit to whoever tweeted that.
You have to ban out a few heroes though. He's not very good versus Jug and versus Troll. I mean, they can both kill the egg really, really quickly. And
Yeah.
Meepo, there's a lot of heroes that can deal with Phoenix.
Yeah. Viper now, the fourth ban for CDEC. Not those lane dominators, making sure that Shadow Friend gets some space in lane.
Venge Shadow Fiend's a really nice opener, especially on Dire for
Yeah.
CDEC.
It allows you to do Roshan so fast. without
Yeah,
pretty much anything.
but I mean they're playing against a Batrider, and when you're playing Shadow Fiend, you're always worried about him just getting bursted down, Omni Slash, Batrider ultimate into whatever it may be after. So Vengeful Spirit's like a nice fail safe so that he can pop his BKB, defensive cooldowns, whatever it may be.
Question to you, Ben. Why don't we see Desolator on Shadowfiend pretty much ever?
He needs his orbs. He needs lifesteal generally, or
Or Skadi?
he also needs HP. Like like a lot of the other builds go like Yule's SNY. You'll see Manta fairly often. You'll see like the battle like Scotty Satanic
Right.
Butterfly build. But generally Dezo, I mean he does enough damage that is his problem is not like being able to right click. That's why people get mech, just so you can survive. You just need to be able to right click without worrying about dying.
We saw Dendi do a glass cannon build yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was
Didn't
like
go Desolator. It was like
it was a Midas Shadow Blade into crit.
Those are pretty good.
it wasn't
de-
like a
It was something it was like a no stats build.
Yasha in the middle. No.
He might have had a Yasha. I know he had like no stats but his wand for
he
his
likes
first
his,
couple
he likes
items.
his Yasha.
Yeah.
It's really good for.
But that was kind of a unique game.
Split pushing.
They got really far ahead really fast. I think he had a Midas when he got the Midas like at 10 minutes and they were already 3,000 or 4,000 net worth ahead. So it was a unique situation.
Lion unsurprisingly coming for TongFu. This hero has been doing a lot of work in this tournament.
Oh yeah.
It's those 2-man impales or Earth. Is it impale? Yeah, impale.
Earth Spike.
Earth spike.
Earth
Impale
spike.
is the other one. Yeah. Earth spikes and
Yeah.
and just the finger of death being so bursty and allowing to remove the guy that gets stunned just straight away. is so useful.
Yeah, and the thing about Lion is, like, in the early game, if he happens to get an early kill or is maybe the one to ding the first blood, if he can get that Blink Dagger out at like 10, 11, 12 minutes, he can do some serious work around the map. We've seen that a couple of games, and it's quite hard to deal with when you get that Hex initiation so early.
You always want some damage to follow with Batrider Ultimate. Before it was Skywrath, now it's Lion.
Yeah.
Juggernaut's
Witch
good too.
Doctor, the second support for CDEC. Beginnings of a pretty solid tri-lane here with the Venge and the Witch Doctor.
Doctor?
The Doctor's in the house.
10 seconds
The
remaining.
Doctor is in.
Get some nice physical damage.
5 seconds
You're not going to be
remaining.
Blade Furying away from that Death Ward.
I'm wondering, like, if one of the reasons we're seeing a lot of Omni-Knight right now is because there's so many right-click oriented lineups. And, I mean, a Guardian Angel against that CDEC lineup pretty much nullifies everything they do. Right?
Yeah. You're right. Omni-Knight could be good here.
Still, the problem with Omni-Knight is that he is not so good as at many other things.
Yeah.
We will see an Earthshaker
Dire team pick.
with the Brown Strat, TongFu.
Yeah.
This is like a definite BKB game for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
He has to get one.
Earthshaker pretty good here, though. Good against the Witch Doctor. Long range poke to try and deal with the Death Ward channel.
It's a really nice combo with Batrider. That like combo for initiation is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
you blink, you lasso, you force staff, you fissure to stun the Vengeful as well as block the team, and it's almost a guaranteed hero dead. Even if Shadow Fiend gets his BKB off, he's dead afterwards. It's a nice cover. I like the Earthshaker here. They can also roam early on the Shadow Fiend too with Lion and Earthshaker. Like either one of them with the strong mid hero can get a kill on Shadow
10
Fiend.
seconds remaining.
Well, now CDEC go back for a classic. The Murloc, Mr. Slark, picked up here with their fourth.
Yep, and that's good because it will allow you to jump over that fissure. It will allow you to get in the face of that lion before the lion can get to you. You don't care about the stuns because you can dispel pretty much everything. And he fares very decently against the Juggernaut. He can dodge the Omni Slash by using his ultimate, by getting the Shadow Blade if he goes for
5
it.
seconds
And again,
remaining.
Batrider, if you see the Batrider about to jump at you, you can always dart packed out of that as well.
Yeah.
Reserve
I think he's gonna also need a BKB. There's so many disables that he has to worry about. Like, and
The problem is that not only there's a lot of disables, there's a lot of non-targeted disables.
yeah,
Which normally you don't care about those when you're going invisible, but stuns like Earth Spike, like Fissure, they will hit you regardless.
he's very good versus Batrider though, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons why CDEC picked him up. He's also I don't really like Shadow Fiend in single core lineups because he's too easily focused down. And if he has to build full defense, he's not really that great of a hero. So with the Slark up in front, he can tank, Omni Slash, Lasso, hopefully an Echo, and allow the Shadow Fiend to do his damage.
I'm going to ask a question. With so many heavy right-click lineups, why don't we see Bane at all? Feels like Enfeeble would be great against like something like Shadow Fiend.
I've always disliked Enfeeble as a skill. I think it's really strong in lane, but like overall, I don't know. He's too single targety. Like, why would you need that when you can just blow people up with Earthshaker? Right?
5
It's
seconds remaining.
you can BKB.
The thing is, like, if Shadow Fiend goes super tanky, and Earthshaker will not do the.
Yeah.
Reserve
I say
time.
just like trying to focus him.
I mean, one big
You don't
I think
benefit.
it's pretty decent. I think Bane's like really. The reason I like Bane is his early game. He's like really tanky. He has good right clicks. He has good move speed. He has good setup for kills. But Enfeeble is, or like GA. Why would you not GA? That protects all 5 of your heroes against all 5 of
Yeah.
their heroes, as
Yeah.
opposed to.
I would argue that Bane is a better laner than Omni.
Oh yeah, Bane's a
Yeah,
way better
100%.
laner.
But Sniper is going to be the last pick for TongFu, and now they have that backliner that they need. When you have an Earthshaker, when you have a Batrider, that's always a very good point to be a Sniper because you know
Yeah.
that you won't have to be worried.
But
okay.
Faceless Void for CDEC.
Pure, entirely, absolutely right-click damage coming from CDEC Gaming.
Yeah. Could be a little rough for the Sniper, though. Seeing the Void, hero that does work pretty well there. And good synergy around the team. Not the best with Slark, but you've got the Death Ward, you got the Shadow Fiend to sit outside the Chrono and lay in some damage.
They needed some team fight because all their heroes are pretty terrible at team fight. I mean, maybe Witch Doctor and like a little bit from Faceless Void now, but I still think their team fight's way weaker than TongFu's. Unless
Okay.
Shadow Fiend gets really big.
Okay, before I leave you two guys alone, who won the draft?
I would say TongFu. TongFu has, I would say, a better draft. What about you?
I think the CDEC draft could be more potent, but I think it's harder to execute with. So, as always, that execution will be either amazing for CDEC or not so good, and they'll fall behind.
What are odds on this match? I would say, 2-1 maybe?
That's what I
Some
gave
have
on
a-
the thingy.
I don't know.
You think 2-1 in
My,
favor of
my,
CDEC?
casi- my
CDEC.
casino pays 2-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
68-20 or 32.
it's close enough.
Excellent. Anyways, guys, I'll leave you two alone. Enjoy the
Bruno.
game, and viewers, keep watching. See you in a bit.
All right. So let's introduce some rosters here. Merlini Radiant side, we've got TongFu. Xingqiu will be here on the Juggernaut. He scouts out the Roche pit. All right, time walk to the high ground. Void will be just fine. We got Kabu here on the Lion. And LPC will be on the Earthshaker. Looks like that'll be their safe lane try. U9 will take the Sniper mid. And that leaves us with the off-lane Bat Rider, here played by Kian. Dire side. What are we looking at, Merlini?
We have aggressive on the Juggernaut.
On the Faceless Void.
Sorry, Faceless Void. I was looking at my screen. And maybe on the solo mid, Shadow Fiend. In the top lane, we have Q on the Vengeful Spirit, Garter on the Witch Doctor, and last but not least, we have Mikasa on the Slark.
The coach, the captain, the leader. See what he can get done. So, nothing too surprising about these lanes. Looks like both sides doing a 1-1-3 with a safe lane try. Though already Earthshaker rotating towards the mid, perhaps to help out this Sniper just a little bit.
This is a classic matchup.
Shadow Fiend Sniper.
Yep. I guess Sniper's been reworked a fair amount, and Shadow Fiend's gotten a few buffs, but it's still like they're both like really low base damage at the start. But Sniper has headshot, he has longer range.
Yeah. SF should be able to pull away a little bit once he gets those souls under his belt. Be interesting to see what build Sniper goes for as well. We've seen kind of an array of different builds. Down bottom, aggressive. Well, he gets aggroed on himself. A lot of time walk and just doing some nice poke damage. But we've seen a couple of snipers actually go no shrapnel. Though shrapnel has been the preferred build for the most part, and it looks like that'll be the preferred build for U9 here.
At least 1 point in it.
Yeah.
Just for the vision and for the slow.
I think it was it HR that took a big win yesterday? They upset someone towards the end of the day, and they won with a solo mid sniper that went like no shrapnel till level 10. I think that was the only time we saw that.
Shrapnel at 10's okay too.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
But 1 point in it for team fights for sure.
Even just for scouting, the vision is ridiculous.
And the amount of space. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
nice
maybe.
block.
What a block out from LPC. Now Shadow Fiend going to be in a lot of trouble. Can he get the first blood? No. U9 gets low. But they do secure the kill on the Shadow Fiend, and U9 draws the first blood. Great start here for TongFu.
Yeah, great block from LPC. And they picked really good supports for the Shadow Fiend, too. And Sniper is a good enough mid that he can pressure the Shadow Fiend a lot, since he has a huge range difference.
Yep. So not only does Sniper get the first blood, but Shadow Fiend going down early makes his life a lot more difficult to get that soul snowball rolling. Although, wait, he's killed the Sniper. Holy shit.
Well, it was a long-range race.
Okay. Sorry, we missed it on the obs. I was just like, wait a second. Sniper's dead.
Well,
He has 15 souls again. How did that happen?
There goes all the hard work.
Yeah, okay. Now we're dead even. All right, we got a game on our hands. Woo.
It's not even dead even. Shadow Fiend's like hugely ahead now because he has 20 souls. Look at his damage. He has almost 100 damage and Sniper has 55. So it's going to be a really rough time for Sniper, and I think that Earthshaker probably has to come in once again.
Yeah, now
He's
down
out of
bottom.
clarities.
Aggressive. Again, aggroed on, and he'll be able to time walk down to the low ground. Void getting zoned out pretty effectively here, but so is the Bat Rider. He's actually still on 0 last hits. Looks like he's been relegated to the jungle, and I think they'll get some stacks going here. Yeah, LPC going to help him out. Nice triple stack in the hard camp as he clears out a set of Centaurs.
They really need more stacks on Dire, just because they have such a farm-dependent lineup. Slark, Shadow Fiend, Faceless Void, as well as Witch Doctor to some extent all need farm. Shadow Fiend, probably the best jungler out of those three, and can easily clear out the large stacks. Faceless Void, not really going to be able to do much of that until later. Looks like aggressive scouting out the Bat Rider. I'm not sure if he's going to try and proceed for a kill, but I don't think it's going to happen.
He's going to move in and at least just try and mess with the Bat Rider a little bit here, recognizing that he's been totally zoned out. He's not doing much in the lane anyway, so even if he just slows down Bat Rider that much more, this is when it's difficult for the Rider in the jungle before he's level 2. He still hasn't picked up a single last hit. And look at that, Void is actually able to zone him out. Bat Rider just gives up and heads back towards lane.
Radiant's top tower.
Still, it's a level 2 Faceless Void.
Yeah. What's a level 1 Bat Rider?
Yep. He has stacks, though. Money in the bank.
Mm-hmm. So, Juggernaut, the big breadwinner so far, just racking up that free farm in the safe lane for the Radiant. Happy as a clam with Void zoned out. Oh, Kabu, cheeky little rune deny there. Bat Rider denies the top rune, so maybe not going to fill up the bottle.
It's really important for him since Sniper is already on the back foot in this matchup. He can't afford to let Shadow Fiend get like an Invis or a Haste or even a DD, I would say is not that great for the Sniper.
No, definitely not.
I mean, he's stealing the Centaurs.
I mean, look at this. Aggressive, living up to his name. He's found his level 3. Second point in Time Walk. No backtrack yet, but feeling pretty brave here. Now gets hexed up on the high ground. Sniper coming in with some damage. Not going to make it to the low ground. Aggressive, going to pay for his very forward positioning. Earthshaker secures it.
That's a difficult hero to do what he's doing with. He's trying to like steal the opponent's stacks with only level.
It's like a bounty hunter style of play, kind of.
I was actually going to say he's playing like a bounty hunter, which is, I mean, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
He did get a couple of creeps, but at the same time, Juggernaut's pretty much uncontested. Batrider and one of the supports is able to soak up experience on top, so that's not a lost lane for them.
Yeah,
Here we go in the mid lane.
Oh, initiation onto U9. Shadow raises to follow up. They'll find an easy kill there. LPC comes in with a fissure, but not going to be enough to keep the Sniper alive. Ties it up 2-2, but again, the Dwarven Sniper hits the deck as Shadow Fiend pulls further and further ahead.
Shadow Fiend is still vulnerable to, I'd say, a farm Juggernaut, too. And they don't have a good enough start to do Roche at a reasonable pace.
Yeah. Xingqiu's farming away down here. He's like almost closing in on his Mask of Madness. And he's level 6. Here we go. Omni Slash down bottom. Easy kill on the Faceless Void. Kambu there with the Hex to make sure he doesn't time walk away. 3-2. TongFu strike back again.
It's a very aggressive build from the Faceless Void. I think a lot of Faceless Voids would have picked up 1 point in backtrack since, I mean, he's not really right-clicking anyone. Maybe a little bit from creeps, but usually 1 point in time lock is good enough for what he wants to accomplish.
Yeah. Tough life for the Void now. He's going to TP right back in. His tower taking a lot of damage. Xingqiu on the front lines has the healing ward down. Definitely going to fall. It's a matter of can they find the deny. And now Aggressive not even really going to go for it. Xingqiu's the one to grab the last hit, and all of a sudden this Juggernaut looking huge. He's got his Mask of Madness and another few hundred gold to boot at the 6.5 minute mark. He's already moving into the jungle, and will leave some space in the lane for Lion to get a little XP and solo farm.
So now they have really good wards up to prevent CDEC from killing the Sniper in mid. They have like a ward on both of the top sides, and they're not likely going to be on the bottom side unless they're pushing out the lane, just because that tower's already down.
Shadow Fiend moving into the jungle here. Slark will go ahead and take the farming tool. 7-minute Midas out on Mikasa. So both sides with some farming options here. Who do you think has the stronger late game? Jug Sniper versus a Shadow Fiend Slark with a Void. It's kind of a toss-up.
Their supports are really good into the late game. TongFu's are. Earthshaker and Lion, not to mention Bat.
Down bottom, Lion, Speak of the Devil, initiated on here. Hex onto Aggressive, but Q will chase him down. Time Walk will be up in a couple seconds if need be, but it's not. Q gets the last hit as Venge secures the kill. Now maybe in the mid, blocked out again. LPC doing his what damage he can. There's the Assassinate from Sniper to secure the kill. Garter trying to heal and do what he can, but only 1 point in the Voodoo Restoration will prove not enough to keep the Shadow Fiend alive.
They're still doing really well, even though this Batrider hasn't really contributed that much. Not that he can, but usually you're like pretty vulnerable at this point right before Batrider gets his Blink Dagger. So
Yeah.
TongFu being up in kills at this point is really, really good. I think it's due to Earthshaker rotations.
And now Mikasa goes in onto LPC, can't connect with the Pounce, and we'll have to back off. How close is the Bat to his Blink Dagger? He's okay, about halfway there with the Tranquils. Not too bad for him. He'll have it at a decent timing.
Void farming very aggressively in the bottom lane.
Yeah. They're going to try to punish it again. Earth Spike will miss. There is an Omni Slash off cooldown, but no mana for Xingqiu. Does have a Clarity, but we'll save it for now. There was also a counter ward on that that ward there. So mid lane going to be a little more safe for the Shadow Fiend. And they'll get a sentry down, and they'll clear out the lane ward. So, all right, I take that back. Mid lane leveled out once more in terms of vision.
Just farming it up.
Yep, he's just moved into the jungle. Net worth-wise, Jug is still on top, but Shadow Fiend and Slark are right there. Still pretty even overall. TongFu with about 1,000 net worth lead, but nothing too crazy
Smoke.
here.
Q may be an aggressive. Going off somewhere. Requiem has been skilled up by the level 9 Shadow Fiend. Faces Void, does have his ultimate.
Oh,
It's like,
LPC.
yeah, that's not bad.
He gets a regen rune, gets knocked off straight away. Shadow Rays will clip him. Still on the run, and a Chronosphere used to make sure they get this kill before support can come in. So they get it. 3-on-1, and Earthshaker falls.
I don't know if they were trying to sneak in Roche or what. They don't have a medallion. They don't have presence of the Dark Lord and Shadow Fiend, and I don't really think they have enough to tank up. So I think they were going for a kill, but a kill for an Earthshaker, and Earthshaker got the rune. That is pretty darn good. Buys more time for Batrider to do his thing. And
Juggernauts.
Notice they're always in this area too. There's a healing ward inside the Roshan pit, so they're very wary that they're always going to be available to do Roshan too.
Yeah.
Smart play from TongFu. They also have Shrapnel, Batrider, if they don't have the healing ward.
Both sides really looking to control the Roche pit with the Jug. Now that he's got the mask, as we talked about, has his Aquila up. Roche is an option for him whenever they want to consider it, especially if a medallion pops out. This Jug is getting a lot of space, though, and looks like he'll be moving into the Yasha. And Mask of Madness probably on the way for Sniper. Is that what that Morbid Mask was on the Courier? I believe so. Oh, yeah, he's got the mask now. So up top, smoke rotation from TongFu. XingQ and LPC on their way up. Maybe they can contest this. There's the lasso at the ready. No blink on the Batrider, but Mikasa brought down by the Omni Slash right away. Now maybe on the back foot, will try to book it out of there. XingQ with all that movement speed, Mask of Madness on, chasing down Q, but in comes Garter. Coconut will not stun XingQ as Void pops in as well. Maybe channels the Requiem, but minimal damage. They get the kill on LPC thanks to the Death Ward from Garter. XingQ decides to tank it. Lion comes in, gives him the finger after killing the Venge. XingQ still alive for now, but needs to back out. Has a healing ward down, will live. A 1-for-3 trade as both teams back out. CDEC cut their losses there. After an unfortunate fight, Slark couldn't even shadow dance that Omni Slash.
Yeah, they've been really good about like coordinating split-second kills. First with like the Hex on bottom into an Omni. It's a level 1 Hex, so they don't have that big of a window. They like fissure into an Omni Slash. They're really good about like not letting Faceless Void time walk, not letting Slark use his shadow dance. And this is going to be a similar story even when they get BKBs, that they're not going to be able to react in time often. Like they'll blink Hex initiate, blink Echo.
Blink Lasso.
Yeah. Blink Lasso. Yeah, all of these.
Now the blink up on the Batrider, so that is becoming a real threat. CDEC will smoke after that failed skirmish. Move through the mid lane. They've got a Chronosphere. Death Ward should be up pretty soon. Looks like Roche is what they have in mind. Still no presence of the Dark Lord, but they do have Wave of Terror.
Oh, they don't want a Roche?
No, never mind. Not the Roche.
Their smoke's going to run out, too, so they can't go back for the Roche after.
So, hoping for just a pick-off in the jungle, it would seem. Maybe trying to finish the Batrider before he gets the blink, but little do they know,
TongFu's probably scared of a Roshan right now, too.
This feels risky for CDEC. They are pretty blind. They've got no eyes on anyone from TongFu.
It's not necessarily risky. It's just a huge waste of time. I think they could have just done Roche. I mean, TongFu still has no idea where they are. They know that maybe he's in the bottom lane, and they probably aren't doing Roche without him. But at the same time, they had a good 30-second plus window right there. Maybe they were trying to hit Batrider before he got his blink, but after that one team fight, he already had it. I mean, 12 minutes is already like not that fast.
Yeah. Oh, they'll rotate back mid. Looks like Void's got an invisibility rune on. Shadow Fiend also picked up his mech just a few moments ago. So contributing to the team fight here for CDEC, perhaps making things a bit easier.
Wow.
Fissure on 2.
Okay, he could have chronoed too. He could have time walked. He could have chronoed. He could have right-clicked.
Aggressive, living up to his name there.
They have to be. I think using Chrono for a solo kill, especially on a sniper, is definitely worth it. On a support, maybe not so much. But at the same time, they like setting the tempo and like making sniper feel scared of mid is what they should be doing. Just because they need to control Roshan. They have such a good Roshan lineup, and kicking TongFu away from the area is really, really important, and asserting their dominance. And that's what TongFu is trying to do right now.
Yeah, smoke into the mid lane. U9's going to be the bait. Spamming Shrapnel behind the tower. Keon. Firefly on for a few seconds more, but won't find any target to initiate on. So it looks like TongFu will just settle for a tier 1 tower mid. CDEC all grouped up about the top lane. Not sure if they'll actually come to make a defense here.
This Jug is huge. He has Yasha on top of Mask of Madness.
He is so fast right now. Oh my. 450 just about without the Mask of Madness on when he uses the phase boots. I think he's at max.
And he's level 11. Level 11 means he can, I think, kill the Shadow Fiend even though he has a mech.
He can solo kill anyone except the Slark right now because he can Shadow Dance away. But
technically Void too.
Yeah, I guess that's true with the Chrono. But now Slark picks up his Blink Dagger, gets that first item after the Midas, seeing some return there.
It's still
maybe.
difficult. He can't really initiate on anyone. If he initiates, he's probably just gonna die. Like they can.
This almost feels like a nice Shadow Blade game to me for the Slark. With the Sniper and the Bat Rider, if you can initiate kind of from behind enemy lines.
Oh, maybe they're going for a kill on Lion right here. Aggressive. Already in it, Treads. He's ready.
He's ready. Time walk forward. Chrono onto Kabu. So Chrono for a Lion.
It's even, I would suppose. They
Okay.
TongFu already took down the bottom two towers for CDEC, so that makes Roche really, really difficult for them. I don't think they could have afforded to lose that mid tower that early.
Yeah. Well, a kill's a kill, I suppose. Dire Side still get a little net worth gain out of it. Shadow Fiend still finding a good bit of farm. Number 2 on net worth overall. What's he going for after the mech? He hasn't committed yet. About 2,000 gold. I'm curious what maybe has in mind here. I have to imagine BKB next item is where you want to go.
It was an important kill on Lion because he was really close to his blink. He had 1850, I think, right before that.
Oh, wow.
And Earthshaker's not really close.
Halfway, like 900 or so. Up top, Mikasa leaps back and beautiful swap into an Omni Slash. Maybe not so beautiful after all. Now Mikasa on the run. Shadow Dance is down. He's in some trouble here. Dark Pact does some decent return damage to Xingqiu. Actually connects with a pounce, but Peon's there. He's got the lasso. He was trying to save it. They just want to make sure they secure this kill. Now Garter comes in. Xingqiu happy to continue manning up here. They know there isn't a Chrono, so only so much aggressive can do.
That was awkward. The Bat Rider blinked, and then he Shadow Danced to prevent the lasso, and then Venge swapped anyways.
Yeah.
Even though the lasso didn't happen, and then he just got Omni'd immediately.
At first I was like, oh, that's a really good swap, and then I kind of connected the dots. That was a strange sequence of events in general. If only Void had a Chrono.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If only he had a Chrono.
If only.
I mean, TongFu's really good about realizing that. They know that their only big team fight is Chronos. And yeah, sure, they have Requiem, but without like a Yules or a Blink, he's not going to be able to get it off without a Chrono.
Dire's top
So
tower
they can just
is under
fight whenever
attack.
Chrono's down. So 3 T1 towers down, and all of TongFu's are still pretty healthy aside from the top dead one.
Yeah, so it'll be 3-1 in total tower count. A little surprised that no one has actually tried for Roche yet. Both teams seem aware that the other team may go for it, but neither too interested in actually committing
Dire's
themselves.
top tower
Shadow
is
Fiend
under
moving into the
attack.
Yule's Scepter. I feel a little bit rare that you see a Yule's and a mech first 2 items on Shadow Fiend. It feels more like it's either one or the other is kind of the opener, and then moving into something else like a BKB or
The
a
mech's for the team fight, because their team fight is terrible. He
Yeah.
also needs to be able to tank Omni, because he's very likely to get Omni'd a lot in the later fights. And on top of that, the Yules is really good against the Slark initiate, or sorry, the Bat Rider initiate, especially when he doesn't have BKB.
Right.
Bat Rider still needs to get Force and BKB, so the Yules is still going to be relevant for quite a long time.
And plus now he's got some options for the Spirit Bomb if he can catch somebody with the Yule's Scepter out of position. Pressuring the tier 2 up top. TongFu will be pushed back as CDEC come in to make a defense, but here we go. Keon, blink over the tree line. Lasso, Q, swap to interrupt it. Now the Chrono, but Aggressive gets turned on here. They still get the kill on Bat Rider, but it will cost Void his life as U9 lays into him as the sniper, a 1-for-1. And not the best Chrono we've seen, but now Mikasa hops forward, pounce onto U9. Now he gets hexed up. Requiem channels on the backside, but doesn't do a hell of a lot. Even a dunk used to try and isolate Mikasa, but he's got the ulti still. Snipe goes on to the Vengeful Spirit, and Juggernaut able to bring down the Slark. They get the kill on the Lion, but this Sniper left unchecked doing so much damage to CDEC. Mask of Madness on, just laying down the shrapnel from the sidelines. An ultra kill from U9 as they trade 3 for 5 and shut down CDEC Gaming.
These Chronos leave a lot to be desired. He Chronoed a Bat Rider who already had Lasso down, which is not a great Chrono.
Yeah.
And that's the majority of their team fight.
And it's only on one. They were all
Yeah.
teammates nearby. I think he just needed to be more patient there.
I
And catch the Sniper. I mean, that whole fight, Sniper was just in the back line, ignored, doing a ridiculous
that's
amount
because
of
everything
damage.
went bad at the start. I also think that Venge could have been able to swap the Bat. I don't actually know if she was close enough, but ideally you want to swap the Bat. So it breaks a lasso.
And Bat's in a bad
and Bat's
position.
And Bat's in a bad position. This way, the way they swapped was Faceless Void has to use his Time Walk to get back into the fight, and then he has the ult. And then after the ult, he's dead.
Right.
And they actually had a really nice counter initiate to that ult too. They fissured and then they just blew off the Void.
Yeah, they fingered him right away and almost killed him. I don't know if Void would have found that kill if Witch Doctor didn't throw down the Death Ward right away. But off the back of that fight, TongFu move into the Roche pit. Manta picked up on the sniper, and now the Jug gets an Aegis of the Immortal, golden experience. Good 7,000 in favor of TongFu.
Jug's a big problem. His net worth is out of control.
Yeah, the first one to break the 5 figures here. 11.3 compared to the 9 of the Shadow Fiend, the leader on the side of CDEC. Slark, unfortunately, just hasn't been able to do much this game. I feel like he got a Blink Dagger and
Mikasa.
It's
Underwhelming this tournament.
I guess the shots fired were appropriate.
I mean, it's a difficult Slark game, though. It's decent versus bat, but they haven't been able to get the jump on bat. That's why you get the Blink Dagger. You jump on bat, and then your team follows up for a kill on him, and then there goes their most powerful form of initiation. Blink Lasso on Maybe. Here they go into an Assassinate.
Uh-oh, Maybe going to go down before he can do anything about it. The team not in a position to keep him alive. Now Mikasa comes in, leaps through the fight, takes some damage, now trying to make an Exodus. Garter caught by a solo Omni Slash. They'll make it a 2-0 and a double for Zing Q.
See, their initiation is just so good. Blink Lasso on a Shadow Fiend. They fissure the Vengeful Spirit, and then he's dead.
Can you believe the odds were 3-1 on Bruno's Casino for this on TongFu? Why didn't I vote for the underdogs? I was the contrarian that took CDEC, Merlini. Oh, my betting skills.
You haven't seen enough Mikasa yet.
Apparently not. I have actually cast very few CDEC games this tournament, but live and learn, I suppose. The high ground being breached here. CDEC with 2 in the grave. Buybacks are an option, but they'll try to save them for now. Tier 3 tower taking a lot of damage. No glyph available for the Dire. So if they want to make a hold, they need to do it now. Here we go. Aggressive goes in. Chrono on 3. Keon in the front lines. And Kaboo off to the side, creating some space for his team. Slark and Void go down right away. All 5 still alive for TongFu. It's a bloody disaster for CDEC as they're high ground in a lot of trouble.
Where's the healing ward? Oh, yeah, now they have healing ward. Now they just...
Yeah.
I mean, what can they really do?
Oh, Fissure onto Maybe. Flame Break as well. A huge amount of damage. The swap will buy him some time. Now the heal. Witch Doctor with the Voodoo and the Death Ward, but he's just going to go down, as will his Venge friend. CDEC just getting picked apart. They can't cut through the sustainability of the healing ward, and TongFu will linger around after back-to-back kills, and they will secure a mid lane of barracks here at only the 21-minute mark.
CDEC's lineup is so greedy.
Yep. And they getting punished.
Yeah, I think they would.
Is this like GG right here?
I mean, it's already 2 racks. The Juggernaut still has Aegis.
Yeah,
like
14,000 net worth lead now.
GG.
There we go. GG is called from CDEC Gaming. First match of the day. A bit of a blowout as TongFu moving on up. Looking better than Newbie this tournament, Merlini.
That's not hard. Earthshaker played really well. I think that Earthshaker is my MVP that game. His fissure blocks to kill Maybe were really, really good. And then that forced all the supports to be like, okay, well, we have to help Maybe out. And then they couldn't ever devote anything to offlane Void. Void and Slark, not that great of a game.
Yeah, I mean, the Void was picked into the Earthshaker. I think Earthshaker was the 4th pick and Void was the 5th pick for CDEC. And Earthshaker's pretty much regarded as like a counter to Void because of what we saw. He chronos, and then you can still stun him inside of his own chrono.
Sniper's good, too.
Sniper, yeah, a long range. I feel like Void and Sniper can kind of counter each other, where if Void jumps on the Sniper, it can lock him down and there's nowhere for him to go. But conversely, if you don't chrono the Sniper, he's just in the back line, just making it rain missiles.
I think a lot of it was because Juggernaut was too big. Because if Juggernaut's too big, they can't focus the Sniper ever, because they have this big, bad Juggernaut right in their face with Mask of Madness. You can't let him just right-click you with Mask of Madness. That's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
He has to be focused, and... You know, there's too many targets to deal with. Lion had Blink. Earthshaker didn't even need Blink. Fantastic play from TongFu supports.
Yeah.
They set up a lot of kills on the difficult to kill heroes. The Slark, the Faceless Void, and the Shadow Fiend all died to excellent coordination.
Yeah. Welcome back, Bruno. A quick first game.
It was really quick, and disappointing performance from Mikasa.
Yeah.
The shots fired were appropriate.
It's not even disappointing anymore.
It's like you're not expecting anything.
Standard.
You're just not expecting anything. And yeah, TongFu, one of the dead last teams, actually gets their 3rd win of the tournament. And CDEC, one of the teams that we said maybe they can have a chance of getting to the top 8. That chance is slowly but surely fading away.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break right now. But... the reason I'm doing this super fast is because there is the game between Secret and IG going on right now. Ooh. And that is a super cool game. So as we go into a break, we put commercials, and then we will come back until we get the next game, which is going to be MVP versus HR. We're going to look at Secret versus IG.
Ooh,
and if you want to watch it and stay watching, you can always go to twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit2 and the game will be there until the end, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Casted by Cuddle Guy and Mod.
Oh wait.
So guys, we'll take a break right now and see you in about whenever. I'm
3
guessing
minutes?
like no.
Oh, for the next game?
Yeah, it's going to be
Uh,
around 30 minutes. I don't have a clock.
It's